Technology.
So my technology segment this week is a two-parter. And that's because I've got so much to cover on a single topic. Yes, smartphones. The second part's going to be about T-Mobile. I don't drive a T-Mobile, but I do use their phones. And honestly, of all the carriers, they're still the one I recommend. Because when you call customer care, they answer. And when you have problems, they fix them. But that doesn't mean I can't still bitch. Come on, guys. If I don't stay true to my theme, how am I going to get through stuff? You already know why Chuck E. Cheese is going to cause the end of humanity and why, Disneyland is not the happiest place on earth. This is just a continuation. So let's start with smartphones. I have a big problem. So I guess the corporations I'm calling out would be Samsung and LG, and I guess for that matter, Google, specifically their Android division. See, thing is, I want a phone that does a lot of things. And the problem I'm having is my phone can actually do them all. My phone it's too good. I have a Samsung Note 2. The model itself is 2-3 years old now. Mine is, a year and a half. There's a lot of features I want the phone to do. There's things I want it to do that it doesn't. And it really pisses me off. For example, it doesn't automatically connect. I've got 2 Wi-Fis in the house, which is an awesome first world problem to have. Yeah, it doesn't automatically connect. And when I'm too far from the one, it doesn't automatically connect to the other. It should do that. Oh, wait. Oh, huh. Yeah, I guess it turns out there's an app for that. I've just been too lazy to bother installing it. Okay, fair enough. Well, what about if I'm at some place and there's no coverage and I still want to set up an ad hoc network to connect with people around me? Why can't it do that? Well, the first answer is because the odds of needing that are approaching zero. And the second is there's an app for that. There's an app for everything. Well, I want it set up so that when I go to my secret wife in Canada, that my wallpaper is GPS set to show my kids with that family. And when I'm at home in Washington State with my normal daytime family, I want pictures of them in the background. Great. There's an app for that too. That was actually the winner of the first summer of Android's scripting competition. It's great. I don't use it. I've never used it. I don't actually have a secret family in Canada. In fact, I probably haven't been to Canada in, approaching 10 years. Miss you, neighbors to the north. Miss you. Although when I was there, stopped at a gas station and a guy just couldn't help himself. He had to come up and tell me why Bush was a terrible president. And I was like, buddy, I'm from Washington State. You think we voted for him? Come on now. So, yeah, smartphones. Too smart. Too smart. Besides, all the best games, do you realize what they cost? Well, I mean, they're free, but still, I have to click accept to download them. So, I mean, that's asking a lot. That's a big responsibility. So, yeah, I'm really pissed about smartphones. Android, how dare you make it open source so people can actually make it work and work well. It's not fair. So, with that said, let's get on to the part 2, which is about T-Mobile, which, by the way, no longer offers free mobile to Mobile, Alabama coverage. It used to be that was unlimited free mobile to mobile or something like that. But what they didn't tell you it was only to Mobile, Alabama. It was unlimited mobile to Mobile. And I don't know anybody in Mobile. So, I mean, that's right there. That's a pound of horse shit in the palm of your hand, really. So, again, take all these rants with a grain of salt, because I'm not actually complaining. It's just my theme for the week, and I gotta stay true. So here we go, part 2. So for the past 16 years, I've had the best coast-to-coast coverage a cell phone company can provide. I have T-Mobile. Well, that's not fair to say. I guess T-Mobile hasn't been around that long. I had VoiceStream, which had the worst commute coverage possible and the worst customer care. It was a young company. It was an upstart. They offered ridiculously good prices with no way to cover it. And I was along for the ride. This is back in the contract days, so I couldn't just walk away. I stuck with them. They became T-Mobile. They got better customer service, and their coast and coast coverage expanded. No longer was it just the West Coast and the East Coast, but now today it's Mexico, Canada, Asia, Europe. It's amazing. I've been to Germany without incurring any roaming charges. I was in Korea and Thailand, and I think I paid 10 cents a minute for calls, except when I was in the hotel and on Wi-Fi, and in those cases I paid nothing, which is, I mean, my God, that's awesome. And then I went about 5 hours east of here. Yeah, I drove over the mountains into Idaho. Idaho is one state over. I'm in, Seattle-ish. Once you hit Idaho, you're roaming. Now, when you hit Bangladesh, you're not roaming. When you hit fucking Kuala Lumpur, nah, bro, you're fine. Boise? Billings, Montana? Missoula, Montana? Nah, bro. Sorry, your 2 gigs of data, which then ratchet down to 2 or 3G after that. No, they're gone. You only get 50 megs of data. 50 megs of data. Well, I didn't know that, so I burnt through all of it just using my phone for GPS. When my phone stopped working, I called customer care and they're like, nope. You ran through all your data. Sorry. We can give you an extra data package, and I don't remember how much it was, $30, $50. It was a lot. And it gave me another, bunch of gigs on my home service, which I don't need. But a bonus 50 megs on my roaming. I was like, well, I've got another week to go, so hopefully this should do the trick. Well, I shut off navigation for my journey from Missoula to Billings, and the next morning I found that my data had all been used. My additional 50 megs had been consumed by Play Store updates. Yeah, had a few programs that needed to update. I don't remember which ones, maybe Netflix or Google Maps. It doesn't matter. It burnt through my entire roaming data bucket. So T-Mobile, while I laud your international efforts and have benefited from them, come on, guys, get the fuck real. You cannot call this coast-to-coast coverage. You can't call it unlimited coverage. I don't even know what you can call it. Call it, I don't know, call it a pretty nice package. But for the cheapest carrier in the business, $130 a month, you guys are pretty expensive. $130 a month. So that's what, $1,500 a year times 16 years. You'd think I'd at least get decent customer care, but anyway, T-Mobile really is a good company, and I really do recommend them. But I find this coast-to-coast unlimited bullshit to be not merely dishonest, but bordering on fraud. So, you know who I'm talking to. If your name is Megan T-Mobile, yeah, talk to your uncle. If your name is, what's his name? Nathan T-Mobile? Yeah, Nathan, we met at a party. You remember that? You remember me? Look at my face. Here, let me try it again. You remember me? Nathan T-Mobile, I'm calling you out by name. You need to talk to your rich uncle and tell Captain Moneybags to stop profiteering off the lies. But you also need to tell him to keep the commercials with Bill Hader, because Bill Hader he's just really funny. So there you go.